Hi everybody, not sure if you can see me. Let's bring this a bit closer. Oh, good grief. Got so many things here at the moment. Hi, let me know if you can hear me, everybody. Hi Sammy. Woohoo! Good evening, what a blustery day. I'm so excited. Blow out all the cobwebs, get rid of all that energy that you don't need, all that debris. Hi Janet. Good evening. How are you all? Now the first question I have for you guys, have you got your cup of tea? Hi Dina. Do you have a cup of tea? Cup of herbal tea, cup of coffee? Hi Ruth. Just give it a couple of seconds. No, I can hear. Oh, hi Joanna. Wow. Welcome to my humble magical cave. As you can see, from the last time I've seen you, I think you'll find that I've got a lot more in my collection. And I've got more crystals than I ever had before. And I'm still collecting. A cup of milk. Yummy. Hi Faye. Hi Anne. I'm not sure if you noticed, but I had a little call, like, well, not as in a physical phone call, but I did have a calling from up the attic. Yeah, you see them up there? Those were all My Little Ponies from when I was 5 years old. They all started talking and screaming they wanted to come down from the attic. So here they are in my magic cave, and they're very, very happy. Well, aren't you? Yeah, definitely happy. My little childhood part of me, I think it's my inner child speaking out loud. Right, have you all got a cuppa? Have you all got a drink? Are you snuggled up on the sofa? That's the question. Are you all comfortable? We're going to have a little chat about healing, but I want to finish so that we all have a bit of healing before you go to bed tonight. How's that? Does that all grab your flavour of the day? Is that what you want to do on a full moon? Because I know it's a full moon. Yes, it's a full moon. You love the little ponies. Ah, I've had them since I was 5. I don't know how they managed to survive all these years, because by the time I was 16 I moved 22 times, so how they survived all those moves I don't know. But yeah, it's been a long time. We've got Moonlight, Windy, Skylight, Rainbow, Lemon Drop and Starlight. Oh, and Baby Applejack. Oh, you had Applejack. Do you know what? I didn't have the adult Applejack. I've always wanted Applejack and I could never get hold of it when I was little. Maybe one day that will come to me. You never know. But add to my collection. I also have with me a wonderful brew tea. This is my feast. Thank you to Elisa who sent it in a package to me. It smells divine. I can smell like a lemon scent. Rainbow Dash. Yeah! Oh wow, that's amazing, Lisa. I hope you're there. Let me know if you are there, Lisa. Right, so healing. Now, I'm a qualified healer, and my healing path has gone on a massive journey lately, and I realise that healing it goes beyond what I thought. So, as a spiritual healer, that's what I started out. Hi Lisa. Thank you for the brew. It is gorgeous. Healing, spiritual healing. I spent a year. Was it a year? Yeah, a whole year training to be a spiritual healer. And I just got over cancer at the time. I think. Yeah, it was just after I had cancer. I started my healing journey. And to be honest, if you want the truth, I wasn't really a believer, but so many people said, oh my goodness, you are definitely a healer. and they could feel the heat, the vibrations off me, but my hands are freezing cold for some reason. They feel icy cold to me. So when they touch, they're like, oh my goodness, where's the heat coming from? So I knew there was something there, and I thought, and then I put it away. I didn't go back to it for a while, but now I have for the past year and a half. And healing is not just about chakras. There are do's and don'ts. It's about it's about your inner well-being as well as giving healing to others. It's about how you build yourself in terms of energy. Like when you are out and about, how many of you come in and you think, oh, I feel like I've been eaten by a vampire, an aura vampire. Have you heard of an aura vampire? Anyone heard of that terminology? Where you come in and you're like, oh, someone's just attacked me. Are you all familiar with that? Can somebody give me a yay or a nay? It would be nice to know if you feel like you have that sort of feeling. Yeah? Mood Hoover. Oh, I like that one. That's a new one. So you've got vampires, Mood Hoover. I'm going to have to use that. I like that, Jane. Okay, so there are things that you sometimes need to do in order to fix your sphere, your persona around you, to make it more stronger. That people call it a bubble, a sphere, it's like a density. And when I did spiritual healing, they actually show photographs. Oh, I like that. Psychic vampires, Gina. That's a good one as well. Mood sucker. So, how do you make yourself stronger? Well, I'm not sure if you heard of the terminology where you build a gold ring around you when you're walking through, or you condense your bubble and you just walk through the street and you feel the vampires bounce off your bubble. That's one way of protecting yourself. But I also know from from studying shamanic areas that even though you can protect yourself from these vampire mood suckers, hoovers, energy people, it doesn't stop you gaining the debris. Now, I'm not sure if you ever heard of energy debris, but it's as you are all aware, we are electrical particles that are into being, and how we vibrate determines what we are, what shape we are, etc. And when you look at the particles, as you're going through your life, you start to gain the debris of other energies. It's like sticks to your bubble. So if you're one of those people that can protect yourself, it doesn't mean that you're not carrying around somebody else's debris or debris of what's going on around you. For example, bumblebees or bees, when they're travelling around, I think Janet might vouch for this, Janet, if you're there. When bees travel, radio waves and things like that, because we've got lots of phone devices, it's starting to confuse our bees because they get interference from our mobile phones and things. So if you think about how that affects our animals, then you get yourself as a human, you also attract and start to carry all that debris, and you have to brush it off. And there's different ways you can do it. You can, before we go different ways to do it, it made me think about my bird world. You all know how I have an affinity with birds. And have you noticed birds fluff their feathers? It's the same deal with us. Fluff the feathers, flick off all that excess water, get rid of it, and then start carrying on with what you're doing. Pruning, cleaning off all the dirt off your feathers, and it's the same deal. And we do the same sort of thing like when we have a bath. We get in the bath, water is a healing, it drains away all the negativity off of your body, and then you come out and you feel a bit more better, healed, or a completely new person. Or if you're like me, you come out bouncing off the wall and you think, yay, let's have a disco, as we do. So one thing I wanted to share with you in terms of healing, it's not just, yeah, that's right, aura cleanse. Lovely. One thing I found, you know what I said I found a healing book? I'm not sure if how many of you have seen my post, but I found a healing book that called Water Healing. Well, last night I was dreaming. Was it last night? No, the night before. I was dreaming and I woke up 2 in the morning, as you do, when we all do, when we have a moment that somebody's trying to tell us something. And I thought, I'm going to do a healing delivery. Perhaps I should get my spiritual healing book. But I couldn't find it. It's vanished. And it's been sat on that shelf for 2 years. So I think it's hiding. It will come out soon. But instead, I pulled this book that looks like it. And it's called Green Medicine. I know there are many of you that are into earth, nature, trees, plants, all this kind of thing. And I found something beautiful in this book. And it hit me really hard about how much what we know as witches, pagans, whatever you call yourself, how much it goes back in time in terms of green medicine and how herb law was a big essential part of our healing. And there's a poem, if I just read it out to you, you'll see what I'm trying to get at in terms of it's not just healing that helps you get better and makes you feel fully whole again. There is the whole ethos of how much oxygen your water has. That's very important to get your glands going, but also the green colours and healing energy. So I'm not going to bore you with what red means, what green means, what blue, because I know most of you all know that. Unless some of you don't, please do ask me and I will give you some information. But there's so many books out there, if you see what I mean. So I found this poem that was written, and it made me think, oh, how important that green medicine is. And if I just, oh, here it is, in my other magic book. I wrote it down in my green candle section. And it says, green, apart from the intricacies of nature's chemistry, that's how the plants are made, like the chlorophyll, etc., is necessary for the peace and contentment of man. So the poem goes like this. Pleasant it was when woods were green and wild and winds were soft and low, to lie amid some sylvan scene, where the long dropping boughs between shadows dark and sunlight sheen alternate come and go. So I was thinking, oh, I read this book about this guy with green energy, and it made me realise he was talking about how chlorophyll opens your blood vessels, how the plasma affects our body and things like that. So all of that works in harmony when you do your healing. So yes, we can do healing on ourselves, but don't forget to heal our bodies as well, the physical aspect with the most oxygenated water, which the Romans swore by. The Greeks swore by. They all knew about this oxygen in the water. And then, of course, the plant, which goes back eons from the day of time, because it came out of the sea and burst forth. Okay, so I've done enough waffling. I don't know if I bored you or anything, but I'm going to start taking you on a journey on healing. Do you all want to have a go about how spiritual healing can be done on yourselves? Please let me know. So I'm a bit worried I might bore you. Do you all want to have a go at some healing on yourselves and find out about different techniques? Because I'm happy to show you, yeah? Okay, so some of the techniques that you can do to help yourselves is some with feathers and some with hands-on healing. Do you want to see a couple of things and then we'll go and have a go at healing ourselves all together at the same time, yeah? Okay, so the healings, prayer sticks, healings with feathers. If you get a stick and you attach the feathers at the top, you can do it two ways. You can plant the stick, not this one obviously, I'll just get like a normal stick. There you go, this is one I had earlier. This is for my bird claw stick. You attach the feathers on the top and you plant the base in the ground, outside in the earth. When the wind blows through the feathers, it takes the messages and it meets the earth with the heavens. And that way you can send off your healing, or you can request healing to be done to you. So every time the wind blows through the feathers, it does it again and again and again. Another way to amplify your craft or your healing ability is a prayer stick and or a feather and a fetish bowl. I think some of you might know what a fetish bowl is, to be quite honest with you. So here is my fetish bowl. Don't know if you can see that. And I have a stick here. I've got a holly stick actually. I chose the holly stick because I wanted protection, and I wanted to protect my fae around me. And holly apparently is very important to the fae as a protective means. And when you attract a feather on the top, as you can see, I've got my little goddess there. She's come through and wanted to be placed on this holly. And here is the thistle here, that's for protection from unwanted predators. And what happens is, when you when you put it on a stick, it's the stick attached to the earth and then a feather attached to the heavens. And what it does is it channels a message up into the heavens, and it's drawing in what you want and manifest itself. Now, when you can either do it with just a feather or with a stick on a feather, depends what you want to do. If you want to know more information about that, I can give you some written words on it and upload it later for you if that helps. And you place it, if you put it in a bowl, you put it in a fetish bowl. A fetish bowl amplifies and it continues to charge, if that's a better word for it. So it charges and it amplifies and it gets more and more and more powerful. If you take it out of the bowl, because remember the bowl represents the Mother Earth in the room, if you take it out of the bowl and use it, it starts to give you what you need, and then it starts to dissipate if you leave it out. But if you continue to leave it in the bowl, it gets more and more powerful and you end up getting stronger and stronger in your ability. So I hope that makes sense. Right, so I've got some prayer sticks that I've made earlier. Clay means earth. You've got the stick for the message. You've got bells to ward away bad energies. And then of course you've got the feather to do the magical work that you wish to create in your craft. Okay. Am I confusing you, or am I making sense to you all? I just want to know, is there any questions so far? I know I'm rambling on just a little bit quickly here. No, nobody. No? Okay then. Right, so what I want to do, all good so far. Okay, thank you, at least someone's responded. So we're going to do a spiritual healing, self-healing with hands-on. So I'm just going to take my cloak off because I've already done my cleansing space, so that you can visually see what you can do in terms of healing yourself. I'm going to put some music on. Can you hear that? Right, let's see if I can. How's that? Do you have any questions before we start to have a go at some spiritual healing? Do you have any questions? Good. Okay, no questions. Right. So with healing, it's all about spiritual healing, which is what I do when I did my training and my qualification. I can't show you on somebody else because that's a bit complicated. But if I do get someone I can demonstrate on, I will show you that another time. But here's one that you can do to other people that I don't need to show you. If you've got someone that's sick or someone that's having a difficult time, you will often find that sometimes when you give healing, it makes them feel sick and nauseous. So what you can do is you can plant your hands on their feet and you can send the energy up and around their body and down. I don't know if you've ever tried that technique for spiritual healing, but you put your hands on your feet and you send the body round. The one you can do for yourself is where you start to work your way through the chakras from the root up into the stomach, the solar plexus, the heart, all that kind of, all those different chakras. And what you do is you work your way up from the red to the yellow to the orange, the green, the blue, and then you've got the crown, the third eye and the chakra. So we're going to make a start. I want you to sit quietly, snuggle down, make sure there's no disturbance. I want you to feel yourself stretching down into the earth, into the roots. Let your body relax. Take a deep breath. As you breathe out, let your worries drain away. You're already getting that energy coming through. Whew. Feel the sphere around you. Let the waterfall wash down over you. So you don't need to think. I know some of you have issues with visualising things. You don't need to visualise, you just want to feel that sense of balance and relaxation. Now what I want you to do is get the palms of your hand, hold it down to the base of your body here and allow the energy to channel in. Now, you do not need to do this the same time as me, but you will work your way up from chakra to chakra. Move to the belly button when you're ready. Head to the solar, right where the sternum is. Remember, you're giving yourself healing. Head to the heart. Across the chest. When you feel like a pressure, that's when you can move on, or a sense of heat, and then to the throat, where your thyroids are. And then move on to the eye. Try not to spend too long on the top. Okay. Now stroke your aura and brush off the debris. I tend to use my feathers. How does that feel, everybody? Sorry, I've lost connection for a minute. Let me know how that went for you. Now, before we come to a close, whew, gosh, I've got a lot of fun. Woo! Okay, and it's freezing cold in here, and I am on fire. I haven't even got the heating on. I'm out in a cold shed. Whew. It's like, woohoo. Okay, so one of the advices I would like to give you before we call this all a close. When you have lots of energy, a boost from this, because some of you will get, oh, I feel like I can go and do some running and stuff. Do not do it. Do not do it, because you will flunk and then you'll struggle to sleep. Enjoy that energy you have. Let it do its job, which is to heal your body. Now, I want to talk a little about watching other, how you heal other people a little bit. Things that I would urge and advise you not to do is when people give energy to other people, it's important you get permission first. You should never heal someone without their acknowledgement or permission, because it's their right. I know some people don't agree with that, but that's one of the things I've been taught, and it didn't matter which healing training I've done. I've also discovered it's not a good idea to force your healing onto someone. The other thing that's not a good idea is to try and, in a spiritual healing aspect I'm talking about, is one of the rules we have is you don't force the healing into people, and you don't try and, oh, I'll fix the problem. The other thing is, when you're healing or when you're out, you know, I said how everybody feels like, oh, that debris on them. If you see, I've lost my train of thought for a minute. What was I going to say? Oh, that was it. When you want to give healing to other people, do not give your own healing. Open yourself. When you look at the chakras, they open out the front, and you've got chakras at the back. So it's like a channel coming through. It's almost like a tunnel, and it comes round and round and round like that. So when you open up to the divine, heavens, university, whatever you want to call it, because everybody has different ways of interpreting it, you allow the energy to come through you into the other person. The last thing you should ever do is give your own healing, like off your own energy, to somebody else, because it leaves you feeling rough and you are ill for a long time when you give healing to other people. I'm not sure if you heard of that, but that everybody has different opinions, but that's what I was told, and it didn't matter where I went. A lot of different training fields said the similar things. I'm not sure if you had that. Oh, thank you, Jane. You saw that all. Ah, bless. Neve, come and say hello. Say hi. Meet my friends. No. Yeah. Okay, so is there any questions more about the healing? Whew, I'm getting really, wow, really hot. Is there any questions that you might have, or did I sound like, I just want to make sure that I've kept this as an open mind in terms of healing, because I'm literally an open person in my healing world. I just don't force my healing onto anybody, that's all. Do you have any questions you'd like to ask, or can I hear what you have to say? You know, what did you experience? Tell me, what did you get? If you give your depth, that you're welcome, Penny. Wow, Anne, you saw it as well. If you give your energy away, says Janet, it is the spiritual version of donating too much blood. That's right. When you look at that in a literal sense, that is exactly right. Because you need the energy for you. What you can do is open the channel from behind and allow it to flow for you, to let them use you as a tool to heal other people, if that makes sense. But Jane says that's amazing. Oh, thank you. I really felt I waffled at the beginning because I was a bit nervous, and I had a bit of a day myself, and I needed healing myself. I should have given myself healing before I started, but you know what? I'm human. I want you to see the real deal of who I am. I felt like I rambled on, not making sense a bit, and now I feel a bit better. I feel like I know what I needed to say. So hopefully I've got that across to you. With a cup of tea and a nice chat. Are you all resting happily and enjoying your full moon? Yeah. Ah, thank you. It's lovely to get to know you all and see how you're doing. Let me know if you've given it a go. Give me some feedback. And tell me what effect it might have had on you. Did you sleep better, or did you suddenly woke up feeling a bit more refreshed? It would be nice to know. Thank you, everybody. It's been wonderful chatting to you. I feel so much love from you all. You're amazing guys. And also, I want to see other people do some talks. What about you, Penny, Deborah, Janet, Andrea? Are you going to provide anything? I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Lisa, Caroline, come on, you must have something to share with us all, so please do. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say one day on the talk. Thank you, Angelina, you're welcome. It's lovely to speak to you all. Take care, everybody. Night, night.